Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine psychic medium delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. Alright, so this is going to be another twin flame reading, okay? I know that the last one that I did, the volume was a little low, so I wanted to do another reading for that one. Okay, but you know what's interesting? Maybe like everything happens for a reason. Like there's always a higher level to everything. I was literally seeing too, like sometimes I do the playback and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should, like I literally did this the other night. I was like, I don't know if I should upload this because I don't know why I said something. Because it was like a thought, but then sometimes it's like spirit will show me like, nope, you were wrong there. This is the real interpretation of like what we meant. It's like sometimes I'll feel like I interpret something wrong and then they'll correct me. But sometimes I'm like, I don't want to redo the whole reading or whatever. Well, anyway, there was like two specific parts where I knew that I said something that in a way that I didn't want it. So when I was playing it back, literally the volume went down and the record and I was just like, Spirit, it is so beautiful. And that's when I was like, all right, then I got to upload this. Because if the two things that, you know, and I was unsure about a lot of the video, but there was two things where I was like, no, that was so wrong. But I was like guided to like watching the reading and the playback, right? And when I seen the volume go down literally where like it wasn't heard, I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So, and see, like, I know, like, you can go in and edit and all of that. See, y'all, 1 for 4 on the clock as I say that. This is why I need help, right? Because I'm a busy mom with my kids, and that's what I mean. Like, I like to learn all of the editing and all of the different things. Okay, that's why I need help, collaboration coming together, right? With those that can help me with, you know, with all of that stuff and the techie stuff and figuring out right where I could edit, cut, all that stuff anyway. So where was I going with this? Oh, just that, yeah, I don't know. It's a vibration, so it's coming out for a reason. So for some of you, like if you're second guessing something, like sharing something or uploading, like you really got to trust what you feel, because sometimes things are meant to come out a certain way, right? And even if it is like not the full correct way, you know what, it's like sometimes you have to interpret things a certain way and then it changes, because it's like for it to even like make sense, you have to see it a certain way and then it changes. Like, okay, why I'm talking about this is because with twin flames, like literally, like that is what's changing for me with like the whole twin flame dynamic and journey has like changed for me, right? And it's like I know that I felt very, very strongly of like this just with everything. Okay, I don't know how I want to explain all of this to levels, but like twin flames, like the concept of them like is literally wrong, and that's why a lot will not subscribe to it, because it's like it's went in with new age stuff, and it's really I don't know if it's how they had to incorporate it, because so many people are out there looking for their soulmates, their divine loves, their counterparts and all of that, where really we're in a mirrored reality. Okay, so literally everybody mirrors you. We are all one. We're all fragments, okay? And it's all like literally different versions of yourself, basically. Okay, but anyway, what I'm getting at is like you mirror, like, because we look for like outside validation, right? Because we feel separated from God, divine source, because we're here experiencing that. We are here literally experiencing separation. So it's always about coming back to God, divine source, creator, most high. But we go through this journey and this experience to experience different things. And so everything that comes at us is a reflection of us. So we look for validation, and that's why you'll never get more than you can handle, because you are magnetically attracting all of the situations and energies that you feel. That's why if your life is not favorable, if you're running into these certain, you know, obstacles and things like that. It's a reflection of some sort of wounding within. And for a lot of us, right, because of the way that they conformed and hijacked this matrix here and took away from our experience and created all of these challenges and obstacles and stuff, that a lot of us, you know, we don't start to overcome these things till we get older, where we start to heal our inner child. We start to forgive and release all of those woundings from when we were shaped as a young child, right? So for a lot of us, like, we feel as though like we have abandonment wounds, not feeling loved enough and things like that due to our parents being pulled away from us, right? Having to go into the workforce, you know. So for a lot of us, like, we weren't feeling nurtured enough, right? Like, I know that, like, my father was working so much to provide for the family, and he was always gone working, and then he wasn't loved, right? So he had those woundings, right? So he showed it through buying things, right? And then, you know, it was like that was the only form of love that I received, was through gifts and things like that. So, you know, I wasn't getting those hugs and kisses and I love you. So I started to experience this world, right, looking for love, looking for somebody to love me, because I was never loved. And then I was feeling not lovable, and then I was thinking, oh well, if somebody pays my bills and, you know, buys me things, that's love, da, da, da. And then I went down that whole, you know what I mean, path. And so it's all about that healing or whatever, right? That's why so many of us now, we're the generational curse breakers. Like, we are stopping the cycles. And for a lot of us, this goes way back. It's like, now I finally understand that my father was you know, a narcissist and, you know, heavily wounded because of his parents, right? And it goes down and it goes down, and it's like, we do the best that we can, right? But it's like, it wasn't meant for us to heal, or why'd that come out like that? Maybe it was all part of the plan, because it's like, you have to experience like what love is not before you can see what love really is. And that's why, like, the ones that are here now, like, this is so beautiful. Like, you get to experience heaven on earth. Like, you are the one within, you were the chosen one. As it's like getting to be like, you were chosen to like experience heaven on earth within your lifetime. So, and it's once you heal the woundings, and you get to experience all of that. It's like your parents couldn't do that. Your parents' parents couldn't do that, because it was all this process. And it's like, you were selected to be here at this time, and you were the one that's going to heal all of that. And you are going to get to have your birthright, this inheritance that we've been hearing, the stolen inheritance and all of that. That's what it was. And all of this, all the trauma and all the woundings and all of that. And it's like, once you heal all of that, you get to have everything. You're breaking free from this matrix. We are in Age of Aquarius. That is when all of this is happening. But see, it's going to happen on all of your own levels. So now let me bring back to the twin flame, right? So the twin flame, like, you go on this mission, and we always have this mission, like, somebody's going to love me the way that I want to be treated. Like, you have this idea of like what your perfect lover would be like, how that perfect lover, you know, would treat you and things like that. And you go looking for that, right? And then so you go looking for outside validation, and sometimes you find that when we go through these extreme traumatic situations and relationships that show us very heavily what love is not, and when it empowers you enough to, ooh, pretty. I know, let me finish my reading. Shh, very pretty. She's making ice cream cookies. Okay, over here. So, lost where I was going. So it empowers you to heal it, okay, I'm just gonna have to start over. I lost where I was. All right, so back with the twin flame journey. So it you go looking for outside validation instead of like, you go looking for that perfect person that's going to love you the way that you want to be loved. And when you're not, and you get really broken, sometimes you get in that energy where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna love myself. When you get in that energy that you don't need another to fulfill you and love you, that is when you're close. Now you just got to forgive, heal, and let go of all of the things, because really what it does is it really pushes you to get closer to Most High, Divine, okay? God, divine source, most high, your higher self, which is your inner child, okay? That you were separated from, okay? So when you get that energy, like, I'm not looking for, and then you fully start to love yourself and go within, and that's why when you're happy and content, you're there. That is when you can create everything that you want and desire. And when you're whole and complete, then you will align with others that are whole and complete. I just seen 10 o'clock as I say that. And when you are, then you get to like have everything, like literally, and you're not looking for another. So for some of you, like, your relationships around love could like completely be changing, like even like marriage and things like that being like a structured, legitimate contract that binds you. Like, I'm not even for that anymore. Like, oh my gosh, like I always knew that I felt different. I was like I don't need to get married in a church. Like, I told myself, like, I'm not, like, that's why, you know, I have 4 children. I'm in my late 30s, right? And like, I wouldn't marry. I've turned down 3 engagements because it was like, I just knew that it wasn't right. And like, I knew that I never like believed in like divorce and things like that, or never like, oh, you need to get married just because you have children and things like that. I always knew that I felt that way. Well, like, now it makes sense. Like, no, you know, like, you shouldn't be bonded to one person, like literally, like I've been starting to realize like the love that I have, and that I'm for, like, I've had so much love for like people. Like, I've always known I've been very, very loving and caring and like I'm like I've never been one where I've went around and had multiple connections, because I don't, like, at the same time or anything like that, because I don't feel that that's fair, that's, you know, because I don't want to hurt another or whatever. So that's why it's like, if I, you know, I'm with somebody, I put all my time and energy, and then I almost feel guilty for like even like thinking or considering. That's why I even said, like, even if I'm like considering somebody else, like, I will tell you, I will get out of a situation, things like that, because I feel that it's not fair, right? Because you shouldn't hurt another, right? But I finally have just been in this energy, like, why, what am I looking for? Like, nobody's going to love me or treat me the way that I want other than me, right? And when you have just you to focus on, and you get to be selfish, and you get to be loving you, living life for you, like, you're the happiest. And when you're full and complete, like, I want to align with others that are full and complete, that are just like me. Like, we don't need to have some contract, something, you know. And it's like, you know, like when you get like aggravated when you're around somebody a lot, because it's like, I love to spend time with spirit. I love to spend time in quiet and isolation and meditation, right? And I don't like it when I'm pulled away because like my lover needs me or whatever, and things like that. And I get it, like, I'm a mom, like, my kids always come first, but that's also where I realized that they were starting to really take advantage, and my children were like fighting for like my attention and stuff, and like I was really needing to to create boundaries with them. And so, just like right now, let me finish my reading. Shh, sit. You know, and it's about having those boundaries and stuff like that. But when it comes to like, and then it's like, if you're not with somebody that's full and complete, 13 on the clock as they say that, you are going to be like experiencing their traumas. And especially if you're doing energetic sexual exchanges, then you are giving your energy or life force away. Go sit where I said. You're giving your light force energy away. You're taking on whatever trauma, woundings, shadow work that they need to do. And that's why a lot of there's just so much. So I don't know, like, this is where I'm finally realizing that that's why you say, like, you get blessed with love when you're not looking for it. Now, if you decide that you want that person that's good, well, see, when you are completely filled with love and you have no woundings, you're going to align with another that has no woundings either. That love is going to be a bonus to you. And if you still choose to get married and all of that, then that's fine. But the twin flame journey, it's really like a trap if you think there's this one person that's for you, because there's not. There's not that one person for you. So that's what I mean. But you may have been guided down the twin flame because you knew, right, that you wanted to merge. But it's about balancing out. Like, you are your own twin. And when you balance that masculine and that feminine energy from within, now you're full and complete. But that is what everybody's been trying to get to. Shh, no. Everybody's trying to get to that 1440 on the clock. 1441 is standing out to me. When you finally get full and complete, then you align with others that are full and complete, right? So then that is when you get into that energy of like ultimate happiness, bliss, everything, right? But for some of you, and if it is like getting married, having a house, like you get to create your own heaven on earth. That if that's what you want, then fine. But I know for me, like, no, I want to be able to explore this world. I want to be able to, you know, travel around, be with my friend. I want to be with others that are high vibrational like me, my soul tribe, and like that would be my heaven on earth, you know. And everybody, you know, whatever it is you want, like you get to have that, whatever it is. But like I said, maybe for some of you, this will help you realize that you are your own twin flame, all right? And you may have high soulmates that are helping you, mirroring that. That's what I mean. I was hung up for the longest time thinking that my latest boyfriend, whatever, last 4 years, that he was my twin because he mirrored so much to me. But you know what? He was mirroring every single thing that, like, I was even subconsciously or whatever, but I know that he has a lot of shadow work to do, and I know that the entity, entities have heavily been using him to attack and come after me, but all it's been doing is building me up and making me stronger and seeing all of the things that I'm needing to fix in myself. Because literally when I see things, like, I was like, wow, like, oh my gosh, anything to bring you down energetically, like that is what they're doing to try to stop and take control over you, to affect your emotions. So when you master your emotions and feelings, you master everything. Like, seriously, when you oh my gosh. Like, I'm gonna share the last thing. It was like silly. So literally, like last night is one of these things, like my kitty was laying on me and I felt very protected because I told you, like, I was feeling the attacks or whatever. And it's cute, like she'll come lay on me every single night, and I know that she's protecting me, she's transmuting things, whatever. So anyway, like, she was laying on me and it was very calm, you know. I had just went through what I'd went through. I was talking about this in my last reading. Anyway, so I was really calm and the TV was still on, right? And then the remote was right next to him, right? And I was like, can you, he'd just woken up. I'm like, he turn off the TV. I don't want to move the cat. And then all of a sudden he just starts hitting the bed and getting all dramatic, like he can't find the remote, right? And then there goes the cat. And then I felt the energy, and then I felt these things like, how dare him be like that? And then our little girl, right, was like right next to him. And I'm like, you know, like, I need to wake her up and all this. And like, I wanted to get mad, but I was like, don't get mad, right? Maybe I shouldn't have woken him up. I just should have moved the cat. I should have just got the thing. And so anyway, and then all of a sudden it just hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I used to do that all the time. Like if I got woken up, if somebody woke me up during like a meditation or when I would nap, I would be all dramatic like that. Like there'd be times, and I haven't done it in a while, I don't think, because I've been more mindful of the energy I project out to others. And so, but when I'd be half like asleep, I remember I get so mad because, you know, when you start to meditate and you start to get, it's a real, like, it's a beautiful, it's a process, right? And it's, so I'd get really upset or angry, right? Well, anyway, I seen it, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my gosh, like there's been many times that I've done that. And I've upset people and brought them down for no reason. And maybe it could have been times like maybe somebody was waking me up for like a coffee or to go somewhere, something sweet. And now I brought their energy down because I was upset they woke me up. Like, how dare me? Like immediately then I was just starting to feel bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've done that so much. But see, like I would have never have known that if I didn't see it. Do you see what I mean? And then also I'm like, well, that was definitely karma too for me to get some of that back. You know what I mean? And it's like, I was in this energy always with him, is like, I know I haven't done this stuff to him because in the last couple of years, like he's been like, he's triggered. So that's why I felt so much like he's definitely like, I was always like my twin, right? Because he just shows so much and just, he makes me want to be a better person, right? And always want to, you know, he has shown me so much of myself, but really he's been competing so much with me that he's been mirroring everything at me. But it's literally, and even in the darkest ways, like it's just shown me so much, right, of work that I've needed to do, right? And I've healed all of these things, but I'm watching him struggling in his shadow, and it's like I've been in this for a long time, like trying to get him, trying to help, but you can't have someone do the shadow work that they need to do. Like you can't do it for them. You do it for them by showing you, and by showing them how you heal or whatever. So I don't know, like that was just another thing where I was just like, even the littlest thing can show you work that you need to do. I just know I've always said that, like we've had many separations, runner chaser dynamic back and forth, and I'm like, well, I was like, when it stops, when either I stop this cycle or he stops the cycle, then the learning's done. But then I realized it's always going to be when I'm done, when I feel I've overcome everything, because then I'm just subjecting myself to his karma and his shadow. And like I see how far down, like he's very religious, like he was very indoctrinated when he was younger, like he was meant to go to like Bible school, but like all the service, like he went to Bible camp, all of that, like he, you know, was very, and just like his mother every single night sends him the prayers and the messages and the Jesus and all of that. So he's very heavily indoctrinated by the religion. And I know that constantly is, until you can break out of that, you're stuck in your controlled and limited belief system, right? And I know that because of the woundings, the abandonment woundings that we mirror and stuff. Like I've healed mine, but he's, you know, not there to heal those. So I know that it's constantly going to be pulling me, but it was meant to show me all of those things. 21:12 on the clock as I say that. So that's what I mean. And for some of you, it, you know, like I said, you could change your perception. Like I do feel as though like I do feel like the twin flame dynamic, like if the soul really was split or whatever, like, and that to me, he's been my biggest mirror. Whether it really is my twin and he's just controlled by dark forces, or it's just the enemy that's really getting in and mirroring everything because it's the reflective reality, and really you put everything out and it's but a reflection of you. So it's meant to show every single thing. But do you see what I mean? Like I've learned so much, but I'm also at this point where it's like I know that I've got to go, because if I stay in this, he's never going to do the shadow work, right? And you know, you have to feel that loss, that separation. That's why I say for some, like, yeah, if they full and complete and heal, then you can come together. And these divine unions we hear so much about, like, they are happening, but they're happening within. And then it looks that way externally, because then, yeah, you can pick if, all right, so both halves, right, can heal full and complete. That's why you will attract and come together. That's the real way of the twin flame. But so many people get hung up on the process and the mirrored people and soulmates. But it's really that fullness from within, right? You find that fullness from, and that's why I'm at the point where it's like, well, if he was to heal and do all of the work, then full and complete in himself, and I was to get full and complete, then you can come together, or come together with others that are full and complete. But see, like I was just telling you, like I'm at this energy where I'm not looking for that one person to fulfill me forever. Like I really don't want that. I really want to be able to travel the world and all of that. And like I know that he, in his life, like he wants to be close to family. He wants to stay in the hometown. Like he wants to live the small life, and I want to go explore the world, right? Like I don't want to be here in the States. I want to leave, right? But it's like he'd have to make those sacrifices and all of that, you know, and there's just, you know, so that's what I mean. So that's why for some twin flames, like it's meant for you to heal and not be together, but or you know what I mean? So you could be really changing how you feel about twin flames, or being open to realizing it. But I finally realized that, like, yeah, that twin flame is not going to control me no more, right? So, yeah, that's the reading that I had for the twin flames. I hope this helped you. I'm going to leave it here. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. You attracted to me energetically for a reason. All right, love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.